Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. It's the Boutique CEO, and we have a good one for you today. Please make sure before you leave, you like, comment, share, subscribe. And as you know, on this channel, we talk about all things boutique love and boutique life. We talk about all the things that I have to deal with as an entrepreneur, the lifestyle of an entrepreneur, the ups and the downs of an entrepreneur. So I hope you are here because you want to learn something or because you want to see if you're doing it right. I'm a boutique owner. I'm the owner and CEO of Sassy Soul Boutique, and so I hope you enjoyed this video. Just wanted to put that out there for my new followers. Thank you so much for joining the community. All right, so we're going to get into this topic for today. It is all about why it is important to have mentorship. Sometimes we feel like I'm an entrepreneur, I don't need help, but we're going to get into it. As you know, we go right to the video. We don't waste time. All right. So thank you again for stopping back by the channel. Again, we want to talk about why it is so important to have mentorship. Now, I'm going to try to do this without notes because I thought about, hey, I really need to get in here and talk about this with my community, because it is inevitable that, you know, a lot of us get into entrepreneurship because we want to be our own boss. And we talked about this already. We talked about how it's not a good idea to try to quit your 9-to-5 too soon. But we want to talk about why we feel we don't need mentorship, or why we feel we do need mentorship. And I'm going to talk about it from a personal level, why I feel like mentorship is very important to me. I want to make this disclaimer. I am currently really trying to find the right fit for mentorship. I don't want anyone who's going to try to tell me that you need to quit your job. I don't want anyone to try to tell me that you're not doing it right, quit what you're doing, and let's start over. Like, I feel like I have a really good foundation of what I'm doing. Things are picking up for me. Things are changing in my world, but I do have a lot of questions and some things that I feel like I may need to do differently. Now, I am a part of a boutique academy. It is actually called The Boutique Academy, and it is owned and operated by Jan Charté. You can find her on YouTube and Instagram under Jan Charté or The Boutique Academy. This right now is like a group effort. What I do is I pay a monthly fee, and she has like a ton of classes. She does a lot of live classes, and then of course replays. And it has so far really worked for me. The time that I've spent just listening to the videos or being in the classes has really changed my engagement on social media. It has changed my sales. I do want to sell more and do more with that, but it needs to pick up. So where I am now in my business, about a year out into my business, I have learned that number one, I'm not my own boss. My customers are my boss. And it's kind of funny because it feels like, you know, a lot of people really go into business on their own because they don't want a boss. They don't want anyone telling them what to do. They don't want anyone's suggestions. They don't want anyone's ideas. But I, for one, I really want to hear from my customers. That is why my social media is full of content where I'm trying to speak to my target audience, and then I want to know what you have to say. I respond to each and every comment. I know it's crazy, but I do. I reply because I want to make sure that people understand that I'm not just this bot, right, behind a phone pushing buttons and pushing a heart. I want to actually engage. I want to talk about what it is you feel, why you feel the way you feel. I respond to a comment, whether it's good or bad, negative or positive. I want to always respond because I'm not afraid, right? And because I'm an adult, I don't get in trouble or I don't get in trouble. So if you don't like what I have to say, too bad. But I really love the engagement that's picking up, the notoriety that's picking up for my business. I have to say, you know, even though I'm not where a lot of people are in the boutique business, I am doing a lot better than I was. And I really feel like slow and steady wins the race, right? So I'm not really like crazy out of control because I'm not making $1,000 a day. Hey, that would be amazing. But I'm okay where I am because I feel like I'm learning, I'm still pacing, I'm trying to get the grip on so many things in entrepreneurship. But why is mentorship important? Mentorship is important because, first of all, we don't know everything. We're not our own boss and we don't know everything. There's absolutely no way I can learn everything about entrepreneurship entrepreneurship pretty much, basically. Not even just take the boutique out of it, but entrepreneurship just across the board is a very vast entity. And if we are going to learn anything about perfecting what it is we sell or the service that we provide, we need someone that has basically kind of been in this area before. And I want a mentor that is familiar with boutique life, right? I don't want anyone, just because you call yourself a business coach, I'm not going to go to you if you sell power washers. Like, that has nothing to do with what I do. I definitely want a mentor that is in the fashion industry of some sort, or selling something in the business realm. It makes sense to me because you can basically tell me where you've been. I'm very skeptical because a lot of people want to tell me, oh yeah, my first month I did $1,000 a day. Like, that's not everybody's story. And what I've learned is that you definitely have to find out, okay, when did you open your business? Because in the year 2020 and maybe 2021, everybody was able to make $1,000 because the economy was trash because we were in a pandemic. So I don't want the ones that kind of blew up over that time frame, because of course everybody was doing great, and you don't really know the struggle because you didn't have to struggle, because you started in an era where online shopping was the only shopping available to most people. So I definitely want to be picky and choosy when it comes to that. I also want a mentorship that has a relationship or a foundation that is Christ-based, right? Because I do a lot of praying, fasting, meditating, talking to God about my business. Everything that I do is structured around my relationship with Christ, my being in the church background. Like, I don't want anyone that's like, oh yeah, girl, you just supposed to just go in there and just steal other people's customers. Yeah, don't do that. Just do this. Like, no, I want someone that has a Christ foundation, because that individual is going to be able to understand where I am spiritually when it comes to my business. I don't want to make it sound like people that aren't Christ founded are bad people. Please, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that like-minded people, we tend to get along and we tend to have the right, or the same mindset, I should say. So I don't want anyone that is, for the lack of a better term, antichrist. Okay? No, that's not for me. That might be for somebody else, but not me. So I definitely want to be able to say, okay, girl, mentor, coach, I need you to be in prayer about this because this is what I'm thinking about doing, or this is an idea that I'm thinking about. And look, don't pay attention to my edges, because I did not do my edges for this video. I just was like, I gotta do a video and this is what I want to talk about. So don't judge me, okay? Okay, back to the video. So yes, I want that individual to be definitely founded in Christ. I also want a female. Why do I want a female? And it's not because I'm sexist or only boutique owners are women. No, I am a married woman, and I don't think that I would want, and this is not to say that I'm insecure in any way, but I wouldn't want my husband on the phone or contacting or texting any time of day or night another female about business, not even just business, but even anything. I just think there's a fine line. And being Christ-based, being Christian-based, the enemy is very slick, right? And he can use that opportunity for there to be a situation that's personal and conversations lead to one thing, and then there's an emotional attachment. I don't want that for me, and I don't want that for anybody else. Like, I don't want to be texting somebody else's husband about, even though it's business related, and I will definitely be respectful, but I plan to have a very close-knit relationship with this individual, to where we're like friends. We're meeting up. We're making plans to do some things in business. Like, I don't want to be that close to somebody else's husband or a male that is single that may get the wrong impression or the wrong idea, or I may get the wrong impression or wrong idea. That goes both ways. So I'm not trying to play like I'm Miss Perfect. I hope no one is getting this, feeling any kind of way about this comment, but I definitely want it to be a female, right? Because it's girl, yeah, I get that, girl, yeah, my husband, yeah. It's that type of thing when we can shift off the conversation into personal and it not feels like intrusive, if that makes sense. And I just want to be clear with that. It's no sexist type thing. Yes, boutique owners can be men, they can be whatever or whoever, but for my preference, I would like it to be a female. I'm noticing that the coaches that I'm seeing a lot of are a lot younger. They're probably barely hitting 30. And not that that has anything to do with it either. And I'm not saying that I won't choose a younger person. I'm just kind of, as I'm thinking, as I'm praying, as I'm fasting about who to use, I am definitely thinking about whether or not I want this individual to be a little bit older, because I feel like they will understand responsibilities differently for a woman my age than for them. A lot of the ones that I am seeing, like advertising on social media, they don't have children, they're not married. Some are married. They do a lot of traveling, and I have a family. Even though my children are adults, I don't have to deal with little kids or schedule or talk around or plan around small children. So it's just an idea that I am thinking of as a preference. I kind of want this individual to also be local, and that is the problem with where I am. A lot of the ones that I see that seem to be really, really good, they are not local. They are like southern, like Florida, Miami area. Well, that's Florida, but so they're pretty far. So that's another thing that I have to consider. Do I want to deal with someone that is so far? Like another lady that I really love and I've sat with before, and she's in Texas. It's like, not that I want to be knocking on your door or bugging you every 5 minutes, let's do brunch, but I don't know. It's something that I'm thinking about, whether or not I want this individual to be far. Price is also key. Like some of these people, I have gone to their websites, they want, no lie, $400, $500, even $700, even $1,000 for an hour. That is ridiculous. Even if I had that kind of money, I don't think I would spend that for an hour for someone. That is too much. I definitely have to be mindful of the financial piece. I don't want it to be more than about $150, maybe $200 for the first visit, and thereafter it's definitely got to be cheaper, because girl, I'm a new business. I don't have money like that. I would definitely be having to choose between ordering inventory or sitting with my coach or mentor right now. So that's definitely key. I want to know what this person offers, like in this hour. Are you just going to be listening to me talk, and then when I'm done, you give your tidbit? Or are you going to put me on a plan? Are you going to put me on a schedule, a flow? Are you going to really help me in this hour? Is it just going to be you going through my stuff and saying, nope, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong? Okay, and for me to fix it, you've got to book another consultation. Like, I don't want to waste that time either. I want this individual to be multifaceted. Like, yes, know the boutique business, but know entrepreneurship also. Like, let me make sure. Let me be clear. Can you help me figure out or how are ways that I can do budgeting or funding or credit building? Or like, I want this person to be well-rounded. Like, I don't want you to just come to the table with just boutique knowledge. Like, okay, yeah, I know how to tell you how to order this, how to get this, how to make a sale. But what about on the other side of business, like without the boutique? How to do things properly, how to be in compliance with the IRS. And I mean, am I asking too much? Because I feel like spending $150 to $200 per hour, like you really gotta be giving me a lot of information. Like, not to say that I want you to be like, you know everything, but I don't want every question I say, oh no, I don't do that. Oh no, I don't do that. Like, girl, I'm spending money with you. You got to know something. So you got to do something. So that is definitely key. I want this person to also have a work ethic? Like, have you worked a job before? Or did you just out of the blue just become an entrepreneur and you know nothing about the corporate body, the corporate world, or the work world? That is definitely not a non-negotiable, but it is definitely important. Like, have you ever worked for anyone else before? Have you been a follower? Or have you always decided that you wanted to be a boss or an owner and not work for anyone else? That is ideal to me, because I feel like people that have worked for someone else, people that have a work history, a work ethic, first of all, they're going to be very respectful of my time, and they're going to understand my background. They're going to understand where I'm coming from, right? They're going to understand customer service. They're going to understand service. Some people that I have worked with that have an entrepreneur background, they only know how to run their own business. And they're so against corporate world that it's like, okay, I feel offended because I work in the corporate world. You know, I actually went to a seminar, and one of the girls there, she had only been an entrepreneur. She's like, I got out of high school. I knew I didn't want to go to college, but I knew I wanted to make money, and so I went into business for myself. And can't nobody tell me nothing about business. I've been doing it since I was 18. Like, I don't want to sit down with that person, because first of all, she seemed to be very bitter. Why? I don't know, because she had never worked in the corporate world, but she felt like everyone in the corporate world was nasty and didn't know how to talk to people, and she was ideal for that. But even as I was sitting there listening to her, her attitude was terrible. It was like, I don't work for nobody, I will never work for anybody, and can't nobody tell me what to do. I make my own money, make my own decisions. Like, that is bad for business. Amen. And I definitely want this individual to have a personality. Some people that I speak to or talk to in business, they are so dry. As this girl I follow on TikTok, and she had this one thing where she was doing consultations for $30. I kind of should have known, because you kind of get what you pay for. But I felt like, okay, she was really trying to help out people that were new in business. I get her on the phone and I'm like, hello? She's like, I'm like, hello? She's like, yeah, I'm here. No introduction, like, hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm like, I'm sorry, what's your name again? She's like, where did you find me? I'm like, on TikTok. She was like, I said, but it doesn't have your real name. It just has your, I'm assuming, your business name or stage name. She's like, just for this video, we're gonna say her name was Tiffany. Yeah, my name's Tiffany. No, I mean, it was just very dry and very like sharp. Like, she was bothered. So I was like, yeah, I'm a boutique owner, and I just wanted to know, what kind of advice you could give me. I was probably about 6 months in. And she's like, well, what you want to know? Yeah, no. I literally was like, you know what? I am short on time right now, and I probably should have called you, set this up at a different time, but I'm gonna run into a meeting. I got off the phone with her. It was a 30-minute, $30 waste of my time. So this person has to have a personality. And don't get me wrong, I know on social media, you're gonna get people that are gonna act like they are so this and that, and then when you finally talk to them, they are truly the opposite. But I think I'm a good judge of character. Now, this person, I was not a good judge of character, because this was actually a live that she was doing. And I kind of gauged wrong. And I think I was kind of in a hurry too. I felt like, oh, she's really trying to help new entrepreneurs, couldn't be that bad. But it was the $30 waste. Absolutely a $30 waste. So I said all this to say that mentorship is definitely important, because we don't know everything, right? And no matter what we try to say or portray, we need help. And as a new entrepreneur, as a boutique owner, I have so many questions and so many unanswered questions that I just want someone that's willing to help me, and I'm willing to pay. Now, I'm not willing to break the bank, or I'm not willing to go in debt trying to sit with this individual, but I want them to be very caring. I want them to really want to help. I want them to want what I want for my brand, for my business, right? I don't want anyone that thinks I'm trying to get in their business and take their information and run with it. I want them to really trust me, and I want to be able to trust them. you're going to be sharing a lot of intimate personal details about your business with this individual, and they definitely have to be someone you can trust. Use your instinct, of course, but also be wise. Do reviews, kind of listen to people. The one girl that I follow that does the Boutique Academy, another girl that I know that's in the city here and she's a business owner. She's like, oh, I see that you're following her. Look, that girl knows her stuff. And I felt really good because I really studied her. I really reviewed, I really researched before I got into this academy with her. And so, and needless to say, I am really thinking about going towards her as far as business coaching. But again, it's, I'm really thinking about a vast amount of people, because I don't want to keep flip-flopping and going back and forth to other people all the time. But I don't want people that are not for my best interest, right? And I don't want people that are afraid to share with me because they're afraid I'm going to either do better or I'm either going to take their information and share it. Like, I don't know. I'm not in the business of trying to steal or take control of anyone else's assets or what they have to offer. I just need some help, right? I just want people that can sit down with me and say, hey, you're really on the right track, or you know what, after looking into this or taking some time, I really think you should go another area. Like, I'm okay with that if someone is really honest with me, but like not for their own personal gain. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Because in the future, I really think that I can become a business coach or mentor as well. And I want to be able to observe this individual, how they do things, how they're taking these meetings, how they run them, the questions and answers, how their personality is, what they're willing to share, what they're not willing to share. Like, all of that is going to come into play when I decide to do this on my own. I really feel like going into business coaching and business mentorship is something that I can do in the future. But again, I've got to get a lot under my belt before I just go out there and say, hey, I'm a business coach. Like, I don't even have all the answers myself for my own business. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are doing this. I've actually seen people that were running a new business, started a new business around me, and now all of a sudden they're a business coach and they're empowering women to start business. Girl, you only was in business for 2 months and now you're a business coach and you want me to pay $175 for your conference? No. So I definitely feel like mentorship is important. I hope and I pray that you as business owners, you're doing the same. You're looking for someone that can help. You're looking for someone that can give you some answers. I am available for basics. Like, I know the basics. I can help you. I can answer any question that you may have as far as the basics of owning a business and some of the basics as owning a boutique. Like I said, I'm still learning, but I am willing to help. And right now, I am not. Why would I charge you for what I am just learning myself? So there is no fee. If you want to drop a question down in the comments, I will definitely respond with what I know, with what I can help with. Also, drop me some pink hearts and let me know that you appreciate this message. It comes from my heart, but because I want all of us to win. But I realize that everyone has their own isms and schisms, and we kind of think like, hey, I can't trust this, I can't trust this, but that's why I'm here. I'm here because I want to give you information that was very hard and very difficult for me to find. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you definitely subscribe to my channel so you can learn more, hear more, and desire more. I definitely want to help whomever I can who's out there. As always, remember to stay sassy, stay classy, and stay confident, and we will see you in the next video.